Hello, Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez-Williams. I am going to make a tuna casserole, tuna and zucchini casserole, and it is super simple to make. It does take a little bit of prep, but you could do some of that prep if you wanted to. I'm looking for a spoon. If you wanted to, you could do some of that prep like beforehand. And there is light coming from somewhere. All right. That's all right. It's like across the way. I'm so excited though that the light stays longer these days. So this is something that you're gonna put in the oven. It's so delicious. The girls love it. Everyone loves it. My husband loves it. And it is easy to make. And a lot of this you could have pre-prepared. So I have 4 cans of tuna. This is full fat tuna in water. Full fat tuna in water. If you like tuna casserole, you may like it in the comments. If you've never had it, put never had it. If you could leave it, put leave it. You could also swap. You could swap the tuna for ground chicken. Tell me if you would swap. Put swap in the comments. And so this is 4 cans of tuna. I already took the water out and drained it. And now I just want to get it like all the way broken up. It's mostly there, but there's some bigger chunks that I want to get rid of. Tell me where you're watching from. The thumbs up, hearts, share this video. I'm Christina Martinez-Williams, and I live in Fort Washington, Maryland. I have been eating this way for 10 years in June. 10 years in June. This is our lifestyle. This is our way of eating as a family. And I love to make recipes. I love food from all over the world. And so I always want to eat food from all over the world. But when I started eating this way, I couldn't eat that food anymore. Most of it, like when I go to the restaurant. And so I wanted to recreate as much of it as I can. Or create like fusion flavors. So here's the 4 cans of tuna. If you like food from all over the world, put world in the comments. I would love to know. Now we're gonna add to this our 6 cups of zucchinis. 6 cups of zucchinis. I cut them into tiny, medium, tiny chunks. This was like 4 smallish zucchinis. You could use 3 large zucchinis, but the recipe is 6 cups. And I needed now, this was to get the tuna out. Excuse me. I want to get now something to more easily stir it. So we'll use these. So I'm gonna mix my tuna with my zucchini. I'm gonna add another ingredient, mix them all together. I could just add them all right now, actually. So now I'm gonna add half an onion that is diced. It is not cooked. You could cook it and saute it in a little bit of butter if you want. I was thinking as I was making it and looking at my old recipe that, which I made in 2021. I made up this recipe in 2021. I remember having tuna casserole growing up, and so I decided to kind of replicate that without pasta and use the zucchini as the pasta. And I was thinking, oh, I think this would be really good if you sauteed your onion first in like a tablespoon of butter, or even less, just like half a tablespoon of butter, because it's just half an onion. I think that might be really good. All right, now we've got that mixed in. Now we're going to add 6 tablespoons of almond flour. 6 tablespoons of almond flour. 6 tablespoons of almond flour. We're gonna mix this in, and then we have a couple of spices and one more ingredient to add before we make our liquid mixture that will go pour over it. All right, so now I have this, and I'm going to use a half a teaspoon of baking powder. Here's my recipe. It is not, oh, it is. It's not written in English yet. It is written in Spanish. This is when I made it on my page in Spanish, but it is not written in English. And I wanted to make sure I'm putting the right amount of baking powder. Yeah, half a teaspoon. So we're gonna use half a teaspoon of baking powder. That is 1/8. How did you, I know I talked this morning about moving your body. How did you end up moving your body today? Tell me in the comments. I went on 2 different walks. The first one I wore a weighted vest, about 11 to 13 pounds. And then the second one I did not, and I went longer the second one. And that was how I moved today. Now we're going to use a teaspoon of black pepper. It was 87 at one point today. I saw in my car. So warm. It looks extra black. I was like, wait, it looks extra black. A teaspoon of black pepper and a teaspoon and a half of pink salt. Teaspoon and a half. Here is the one. I'm going to do the other half as I mix it.
I was in the nurse and I'm not supposed to be, like, I can't be on.
Right.
I'm too young. And this person that was asking all the questions, so I just pretended I was like a grown man. She's like, can I ask
Now
you
half a teaspoon.
And then I left. Because I don't know what to say, because I think she's on to me. And I don't know when I started.
Zariah practices, you walked 4 miles, Layla. That's amazing. Great job. That's awesome. 4 miles is a great amount of distance. And walking is one of the best ways to move your body. Great job. All right, now that we've got all that mixed in, now we're going to, this is a part of my recipe that I had the cheese before in what you're pouring, but I'm actually going to mix a cup of it in here in this part. I think that it's going to be more well distributed. So we're going to mix a cup of shredded cheese. You can use whatever flavor you prefer. I have cheddar here. What would you use? Hi, Wendy. Good evening. Great to see you. Which flavor of cheese would you put in your tuna casserole? All right, so now that we've got this mixed, I'm going to move some things around to make a little bit of space. And I am now going to put this into our baking sheet, our Pyrex. It's a 9x13 rectangular Pyrex. And you just want something that can go in the oven. And I'm going to get it all in here and then kind of smooth it out without making any come out. Oh, I made one come out. Darn it. Okay. Without. There we go. So this is great because it makes you get to have this amazing casserole, but you get the healthy fat in the tuna, the protein in the tuna, the protein in the cheese, and we're gonna add a couple more one more piece of protein and some more cheese, and then you get the wonderful nutrients in the veggies, in the zucchini, and then you get the healthy fat in the cheese and in the heavy whipping cream. So here, this is the one that fell out. All right. Here it is all in here well, and in one even, and you can see that it's a good size. Now we're going to take our 6 beaten eggs, pepper jack. That's, you know what, Mindy, if I was making it just for me and my husband, we would have pepper jack too. But my girls are not fans of pepper jack. I have 6 beaten eggs and 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. And we're going to mix that together. And then we're going to pour this throughout the whole pan. And then we're going to add a layer of cheese on the top. So I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. All right, now we are going to pour this all the way in all parts of here. Just going to go line by line, row by row, making rows. I want it to be well distributed. And now I'm going to get any parts that look like they might not have gotten as touched. Kind of the edges. All right, now this is going to be baked, obviously, and make sure you give me thumbs up, hearts, share this video so that more people know that they can make this without pasta and it can still be so, so delicious, and that they really can eat high protein, low carb in a really healthy, real food way that the whole family will love. All right, so I have another cup of shredded cheese. You could use different cheeses for the inside and for the top. And then we're done. All we got to do now is put it in the oven. I might add a tiny bit more of cheese. We really like a lot of cheese. You don't want to over cheese it, but I have a hole right here that I want to get a little bit full. So I'm going to put like probably an extra little quarter cup right here. So I can get that, all the parts covered. Because then I do get my girls saying, she's got more cheese than me. Because they like cheese too. All right, now, there we go. Okay, now we've got it, and it's ready to be put in the oven. 30 to 45 minutes. You want it to set. You have these eggs in here, so you want it to set. And it might be slightly, it's not gonna be runny, but it will have a little bit of liquid because zucchini is really liquidy. But you do want to make sure that your eggs are set, that your cheese is melted, and then that's it. That is the recipe. Make sure you try it. Let me know if you do. Thumbs up, hearts, share this video so that the whole world can know that they too can have amazingly delicious, even comfort food that's high protein, low carb, and feel good as I do it and feel satisfied too. From my house to your kitchen, global flavors and healthy plates from around the world. Bye!